All right.
Okay. Hi.
Hello.
Welcome to our panel. It's somewhere.
Our online panel. Very exciting.
All right. I'm actually first.
Okay, thank you. I'm Oliver. I'm the co-designer, and I manage all the sounds that happen during our escape room. By sounds, we mean music.
Yeah.
That's like the only sounds we got.
And then I'm Michaela. I also help design, and usually I'm the person who is in the room with you. Pretty much the host. We don't have any qualifications. We just do it for fun. We've done 2.5 room escapes, half because the last one was canceled.
We did plan it. We had it all prepared.
Yeah.
And then it never happened.
So that...
You know what? I thought we could make it 3. We made a video game room escape once.
That's true.
That's another half.
So 3. We'll round it up. Okay. I'm going to present to you a series of facts that I Googled one night. So what is a room escape? Actually, the next highlight is history. So if you're watching the panel, you probably know what a room escape is. So basically, you're in a room with some friends or some strangers for like an hour, and your goal is to escape the room or like conduct a heist or something, or free someone sometimes. And you solve a bunch of puzzles to do it. It's really common for teamwork exercises for various corporations. It got more popular in recent years, so I think it's puttered out a little bit. It's evened out. There was like a craze, and now the places that are room escapes are kind of the places that are room escapes. We're not getting many more of them. I think we're kind of saturating the market. Not us personally.
We did this.
But yeah, so you know what a room escape is. If you don't, there's a couple in Gainesville. You could go to one if you wanted.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun.
They're fun. They're a little expensive, but they're fun. Yeah, so...
Unlike ours.
True, ours is free. So, history. So the earliest room escapes were kind of like game shows. So the Adventure Games, a UK game show, I believe that's the right GIF. Anyway, so that was in the 80s. And then the one I thought of immediately was Legends of the Hidden Temple, which is on the left there. That was a Nickelodeon. Yeah, so usually this was like a combination of some kind of physical challenge as well. Like maybe you'd leap across a pit with foam blocks or something. And there'd be a couple of little puzzles. I think the adventure game was more heavy on the puzzles. Apparently they got really complex. I didn't look that too deep into it, but a lot of people were like, oh yeah, these poor guys. They were different every time too. Hidden Temple you could prepare. Adventure game apparently changed up its game fairly often. But so after that, this is probably more of the true source of it. I think that it's just human nature to want to watch people solve puzzles. I think this is more where escape rooms started, which was video games. Yay. The left one is Myst. I've never played it. The right one is MOTOS, which is an abbreviation for something I did not write down. And I have never played that one either. A more modern example is the Rusty Lake games. I feel like those are pretty popular room escape point and clicks right now. But yeah, as you can see, you usually the room escape type video games, you just kind of click around and combine objects. It's fairly similar to what you do in an actual room. So that's why I think it's more of an immediate precursor. Myst was more of just a puzzle adventure game, which has a lot of the same gameplay, but it's not strictly about escaping a specific room. Then, as we know them, physical places you can go. I very generously have decided that the first one was one that was made in a con because it benefits us. I think that's the cooler story to sell, is that our con escape room is going back to the roots.
We've gone full circle.
So the one I found was True Dungeon. This was in 2003. It started. It's still going today. They have a con in Georgia too. They show up at. I mean, not right now, obviously, but maybe next year.
Maybe next year.
But this is more you go in person to a place and you solve puzzles with a time limit in person, physically doing things. The first True Dungeon was a con escape room. It's themed like D&D, and it's a little more complicated. They had stats and stuff. I didn't understand it. I tried to look at the rules, and I didn't know what was going on. Real escape game in Kyoto was it's what you'd be able to do here in Gainesville. It's the same thing. They have a couple different themes. They have a permanent location. It's not like a temporary one, like with a convention. You sign up for a slot with your friends, and you go for an hour and try to escape the room, or do whatever task they want you to do. Yeah, so that's history.
Wow.
Wow. Interesting. So here's some photos. The top is Gen Con. I really want to go to True Dungeons.
I would love to do that. That's super rad.
It looks awesome. That was from 2008. And the lower one is, I couldn't find any older pictures, but that's a 2013 example of one of the room escapes just from their website. A little more out of reach, but the Gen Con one, their Georgia Con.
Do it.
I guess I'm
We're promoting.
yeah, I guess I'm promoting them. I've never been. I don't know. There's stats. You have stat blocks. I don't get it. But it sounds cool. So now for the stuff that's like, I guess
this is the stuff that I actually know about.
Yeah.
I haven't done any research on the history.
the history I just Googled. But this is more of what we've been doing. We didn't do the history.
We have not.
All right.
So yeah, our first step is usually to pick a theme or like the story of our room escape. The first one was Danganronpa.
Yeah.
And that was the theme.
I feel like that was just like anime con.
That's just anime.
Danganronpa, and it has like murder in it. I feel like murder mystery.
I did get killed in that one.
Yeah, that was
which was
fun.
unfortunate. The second one actually had more of a story where you had to free Mothman.
Yeah.
From the cryptid keepers.
Yeah, I can't.
I forget the scientists was like our general antagonist.
The name pops up on a slide in a little bit, and then we can give you the name. And then the most recent one was cyberpunk themed. It was like you're helping like an AI take down a company.
Yeah.
Or like you're stopping the AI from destroying the company.
Yeah.
The AI wants to help you stop it itself. Anyway, it was cyberpunk themed.
It was
had
cyberpunk
AI
themed,
involved.
and it never happened.
It never happened, no. And then the picture I have here is just showing you like one escape room's list of themes. Usually they're like mystery, or it's something fun, like you're a pirate or something.
Sometimes there's like murder.
Yeah. I'm also, if I curse, I'm gonna have to bleep it out.
Oh no.
Okay, so and then there's usually like a horror one where it's a little spooky. So yeah, that's just I guess our themes have been murder, mystery. So mystery. Adventure, I think Mothman's more of an adventure. And Cyberpunk was probably more of an adventure.
It's probably more of an adventure too, yeah. At that point, there wasn't really a mystery in that one.
No, there would have been for this year.
There would have been.
We were gonna do a murder mystery room, like a ballroom.
Yeah, that would have been so rad.
Yeah, but that one got canceled before it really started.
Yeah.
So we don't have anything to show for that. No. But it was contemplated.
It was contemplated.
Okay, so yeah, so here's the list of our themes and like what conventions they were at.
Danganronpa, when we first did Danganronpa, we didn't plan on doing another one.
No.
Well, maybe it was in the like back of our heads, but we just kind of did Danganronpa, like, oh, Danganronpa. That was like our thing at the time. That was more your thing at the time. It was your idea originally, and I was like, well, I want to do that too.
because I want to do a room escape, and I couldn't think of a theme. And I think I was playing the new Danganronpa game around then.
That was probably around then, wasn't it?
Yeah, so.
Yeah, no, so it was super rad. But then after that, we started actually collaborating with what the Swamp Con theme was. So at that point, we became more of a main event.
Yeah.
So we actually had to like pretend to be a main event and not just do whatever anime game we liked at the time.
Yeah, and it helps too. I think I joined a staff in 2019.
You did, yeah.
Nepotism. But we got accepted genuinely before that.
We did.
But yeah, so after that we tried to kind of play with the theme. So like Endless Mysteries was kind of cryptidy.
Yeah.
The best example, like, it was kind of like a Gravity Fallsy kind of theme. And I thought we thought Mothman fit cryptids. And then Cyberpunk. Yeah.
Easy peasy.
Voyage would have been like a pirate theme, I guess, if we were
actually thinking about it at the time.
But it was Danganronpa.
It was Danganronpa.
Let's see. What's the next slide? Yeah. So on top of just general like I guess we'll talk about this in a bit.
Yeah.
But the puzzles are all kind of according to the theme. The aesthetic is according to the theme. But we also, at least for the cryptid one,
yeah,
I don't
we
know if we
especially
did it for Danganronpa.
I pretended to be, this is more my thing, because I was more the manager of the weight room.
Yeah.
It's for Danganronpa. Yeah, again, this was our first year. We didn't know what we were doing. I pretended to be a hardcore Monokuma fanboy while I was talking to the people. I think the story we were selling for Danganronpa was that they were going. What was our story?
I don't know.
Yeah, we didn't really have one.
I think it was just like.
You did die at the end.
You do die at the end. Yeah, I can't remember. I think it was just like. Yeah, Monokuma has a completely safe, fun escape room.
That's it. Yeah, he's turned over a new leaf.
Yeah.
And he's got a super fun, normal escape room for you to play through. And my thing was that I was just a huge fan of Monokuma. And then I would tell them the rules while being like, you guys are gonna have so much fun, and then I'd go in and immediately die.
Yeah, you immediately get murdered, and we drag your corpse behind
and then we drag
screen.
my corpse behind the scene where I could manage the music.
I feel like I should clarify really quick, if you don't know what Danganronpa is.
No, it's a murder mystery game.
Yeah, I guess it's really all you need to know. Monokuma is like the mascot. It's very anime. It's very anime.
It's really great.
It's fun.
Do recommend. The cryptid one we had an actual escape room. That one we actually had a video that played that I could show people.
I wish I had the video.
That would be super cool.
It might be on my computer.
The idea was you were touring at the cryptid study lab. And that in the waiting room was the security guard for the lab. I was like, I guess the bad guy in that case. So I would show you the video. Halfway through the video, it would get cut off by the person who Pedic was the name of the PETA for cryptids. You can see it there. We have Pedic. It got cut off by them saying that you had to free Mothman. And then I slammed the laptop shut, which I got a lot of grief over. Did I tell you that? People kept telling me to be nicer to my laptop, which whatever. My laptop, my rules. So then I slammed the laptop shut and we'd let you in.
Yeah.
But there was more of a story before you entered.
Yeah, Monokuma was very loose, but we had a story for Mothman, which was evil. It wasn't. I don't think it should be much of a story. It's only 10 minutes. Like what on earth would we get across? But it's like evil government. There's a resistance. I should clarify. I don't like PETA.
We're very much against PETA.
Acronym to filch off of. I actually might have the video on my drive, and I might pull it up at the end if I can.
Totally do that.
Yeah, I can cut from where I'm searching through my drive. But that could be fun. We're very proud. It was shot in the woods late at night.
It was fun. It was a fun time. You were doing some dog barks.
I was doing some dog barks. My roommate tripped and fell. It was fun.
It was fun.
But yeah, so this was this was also our survey, but we had this flyer in the waiting room alongside the video that would be shown when you're actually going in, which I thought was kind of fun.
It was. I had a big gun.
You did have a big gun. Not a real gun.
Not a real gun. No, it's a big gun.
Yeah, so puzzles. These follow the theme as I mentioned before. We're gonna show off a bunch of them, or the remnants, the leavings.
See, the thing is about our budget,
skinned corpses.
The thing with our budget is that if it can be reused, it is reused.
Yeah. We used the same safe twice. The only 2 times we had in it person. I think we're planning to use it for the cyberpunk too. But let's see. Okay, so this was the vague categories I have for the puzzle types, and when we were designing we'd try to spread it out. I don't know if we actually wrote down the categories at any point. The categories I think we were operating off of was thinking and not thinking. The two different puzzles.
We were like touch, see, and
brain.
Then think.
Touch, see, and think. So I guess that would be kinetic, spot the difference, hidden objects, which is C, and then think is logical. So I guess the only thing I really added here was aggregate, which is for instance, the final puzzle, you put in everything from previous puzzles in, or maybe you find a black light somewhere and you use that on something else. I don't know if I'd call that a logical puzzle. You're just kind of using something you found on something else. So that's an aggregate puzzle. We had that kind of thing planned for Cyberpunk. That never happened.
We had super cool stuff for Cyberpunk, alas.
Do's and don'ts. So do kiss lovingly. I
was wondering about that when I was looking at the slides. I was like, what does kiss mean?
Keep it simple, stupid. So they should be different lengths and difficulties, and they should all be easy. Their difficulties should be trivial and easy. If you think it's hard, it's too hard.
It's too hard.
If you think it's medium, it's too hard.
Especially for our maybe for an actual big escape room, you can make more complex.
If you have an hour.
But we have 5 minutes each.
Wait,
10 minutes
8
each?
to 10?
8 to 10 minutes each.
Yeah.
I remember our first year doing this, we were a little concerned because everyone we play tested with finished it in 5 minutes. And we were at this point, it was it's a little too late to redo everything. But it's fine. We'd be happy with more people escaping than not anyway, because people walk out when they escape. They walk out with a sense of satisfaction.
Right.
We want people to enjoy the thing.
Yeah, we're not a permanent location. We don't need to have a win rate.
We don't need to be 3% beat this room.
Come try it again.
Because they're not going to get a chance to try again. So we're we're fine with 90% escape rate. I think we only had like 50% people escaped.
Yeah, I think
Less
it was
than
like
that
50-50, maybe less. Yeah. And that was with like everyone used up all their hints. I don't think anyone made it through without them.
No, yeah.
And usually the hints were very generous. We just told them the solution a lot of the time.
Yeah.
This is partially probably because we are amateurs. The puzzles maybe were confusing.
Yeah.
But also like it's something about the pressure.
It is.
And you're working
It is
with
the pressure.
strangers
You're
a lot
working
of
with
the time.
strangers. See, because everyone we play tested, and we play tested on my family.
Yeah, like people who knew each other already.
Who all know each other. Yeah.
Yeah, and they were timed, but they didn't care as much. I think
Yeah.
you care more if you're coming to the con to do the room escape, and I think that makes you worse.
Yeah.
But yeah, so keep it simple. It should all be baby puzzles. Like if you ever run a D&D campaign, baby puzzles for babies. It should never be harder than that. At least if you only have like 10 minutes to go through it. I can't think of a convention that would be able to give much more time and still get a good amount of people through.
Yeah, see, that's a big problem. Is we get that a lot. It's like, oh, wish it could have been longer, and like, so do we.
Yeah, I wish I could have got my bathroom break today.
Yeah,
that would have been nice.
Oh my goodness, no, people say like, oh man, I wish it could have been longer. They don't know that we're standing on our feet for 3 hours.
Yeah, no, and we actually we had like such a big plan for Cyberpunk to try to make it a little easier on ourselves.
Yeah, we were gonna get a third person. We were gonna rotate.
Yeah, we'd have 2 days. With like a palpable break-in.
Yeah.
Because not to brag, there's usually a pretty big line for the room escape.
It is, and we're very proud of it.
Yeah,
I don't think it's bragging if we're proud of it.
That's true. In future years, sign up early. Yeah, so it's like, yeah, there's a lot of people going through the room escape short. The puzzles have to be shorter. The next do is stick to the theme. This is mostly just like, it's kind of lame if you don't. Like if you walk in, so let's say like, I'm trying to think of an example. Let's say it's the cyberpunk room escape, and one of the puzzles is like going through a bookshelf like we did for our cryptid escape. It feels kind of weird.
It feels kind of weird.
It's not as fun. It's like, okay, I thought we were in like 2055 or whatever.
Yeah.
It's not that far. I thought we were in 2500 or whatever. Why? I think there should still be books.
Hopefully there will still be books.
Like, why are we going through a bookshelf for this? And it can be something more like a lot of rooms. Like I know there's like this Egyptian one we went to. It would be really weird if you slapped a cyberpunk puzzle into the Egyptian room.
Yeah.
Hieroglyphics were a great theme. Those were fun to do. If a jigsaw puzzle was a circuit board instead, like it is for the cyberpunk game, that would have been a little odd.
That would have been strange.
And then don't require prior knowledge.
Like even our Danganronpa, a lot of people who came to the Danganronpa thing were Danganronpa fans. But there was no need to know how Danganronpa worked as a game.
There was nothing. The only prior knowledge was, and this was kind of, so originally the combination lock for the safe at the very end of the game was DEAD because we thought it was funny. But during playtesting,
everyone just guessed it.
Just like guessed DEAD. Yeah, dead.
Because the problem is they would see my dead body in the middle of the floor. Yeah. And then immediately be like, all right, but the password is dead, and they plug that in right away.
And they would win the escape room.
In 2 seconds.
We changed it to DAED.
We spelled dead.
And no one got it from then on. People would keep trying though. That's one reason place testing is good. Because they would have just all gotten through.
Yeah, I think just about 80% of people tried dead.
I want to say like almost everyone did. Yeah. But yeah, like I basically like if someone needs to know trivia going in, or if someone needs to be familiar with your theme in any way, even it shouldn't even give them an advantage. It's just not fun. Like even if you could conceivably get through without it, like I know like there's some places that'll do like trivia, like baseball trivia or something. Like I don't know baseball. And like even if you could like search around the room for that information, it's really lame if you just so happen to know the baseball fact and can plug it in.
No, you play to people's strengths. Like if someone's really good at puzzles, then they're good at puzzles, like jigsaw puzzles. Like, okay, that's good. You can have a jigsaw puzzle. But no one should like have to know something. Yeah, like specific knowledge. It's just, it makes it less fun for everyone. It does. And the second one is like tying too many puzzles together. Basically, like you don't want everyone to be clumped around one puzzle because it's boring. It's boring to watch someone solve a puzzle, which is my job during the escape. But like it's really boring. Like it's like if it's a longer room, you can have more linear stuff. But basically the way we do it is we have a bunch of puzzles that can be worked on concurrently, and then the final puzzle needs all of those to proceed. Cyberpunk, we had one that relied on something else because it was a very short and easy puzzle. I think that was the blacklight one. I think like you find the blacklight, then use it, and that was something you couldn't use the blacklight till you found it. We did have things like that where you had to like find something to use somewhere else. But nothing that like every person has to work together on one puzzle at a time. So that would take more time for one thing. That means the puzzles need to be even more simple. Yeah, and it's hard to get much simpler. It is.
But yeah, so like basically it's good to just have like at any given time there should be like a kinetic puzzle, a logical puzzle, a visual puzzle someone can do. I think a lot of real roomscapes do that too. Like the ones I've been to, honestly, like 2. I'm not rich. 3, I think, maybe.
I've been to
3.
One with you.
Yeah.
I've
been to 2 with you.
2 together?
Yeah.
Okay.
We did like a murder house, like a hotel room one, and then
That's
a
right.
Egyptian one.
That's
and then
right.
I did
that's
one with
right.
my family, which was like a doctor's office one.
Yeah. You escaped that one with like 3 seconds left, didn't you?
Yeah, that was really fun.
That was very exciting.
Another thing is, it's much more fun to get out right before the deadline.
There are actually several times where someone was about to escape. So I took control of the timer, right? Several times when someone was about to escape, I would just keep pressing the back button all the time. Like, all right, you almost got it. So you almost got it.
Yeah. We want them to win.
We want you to win.
There's nothing more soul crushing. Like you're at the combination lock and trying to open it because these things are finicky.
They are.
The locks just are. And so it sucks if the timer runs out while you're like in the middle of putting in the combination. So we would lie.
We would lie.
I'm sorry. Anyone whose win was false. It was true in our hearts.
It was like maybe a couple. But most of the time they got out on time.
Most of the time they got out on time. I remember distinctly now though. Yeah, like
there was one time that I specifically remember. I'm sure there's more, but there was one time that I specifically remember. I just kept like pressing
the back button. There was one where we did it a lot because they were struggling with the lock really hard. I think we did like a couple seconds a couple times.
Yeah.
And there was one where it was like a solid minute that we gave them because they knew it. They knew the answer.
They knew the answer.
But it's more they need to open the safe because there's a button in there.
There's a button.
You gotta let them press it.
You gotta let them press it. We had that big "that was easy" button.
Yeah,
which is
it
my
might be in
favorite
here.
thing.
I don't know. I have a box on the floor.
Yeah, we got a box.
But yeah, that's puzzles. Like construction, making the puzzles. Cardboard.
It's all cardboard.
It is all cardboard, as you'll see shortly. We have like a budget. It's basically just our money. We like $30 each.
Yeah.
It depends. Most of the money goes towards the locks.
It does.
They're pricey. Luckily, you buy them all at once, then it's good for future years. But then what if you want a different lock, one that has colors on it for your color puzzle? You buy more locks.
We did do that. We bought a color puzzle. We used that for Cyberpunk.
Yeah, no, actually, I think we used it for Mothman.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
We bought a blacklight for Cyberpunk.
Yeah, that's right. Because I bought all the different colored.
Which
pens.
was a little bit of an investment.
Yeah.
Most of the puzzles are laminated paper and cardboard for cheapness sake.
Yeah, cheapness.
You'd be surprised how quick the $30 goes.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we'd repurpose things like for Cyberpunk. I have a circuit board. I'm a CS major, and I had one from Digital Logic. We were going to use for like a Morse code puzzle. I don't have that in the puzzle box, so I cannot show it to you. But it did exist. I dismantled it, but it did exist.
It did exist.
But it basically it's just repurposing things we have in cardboard. I hoard cardboard. I have like my boxes. I collapse them and I just store them somewhere. And then we, of course, hoard previous year's stuff to repurpose, like the safe.
Like our safe. It made sense when it was pink for Danganronpa because pink is a big color in Danganronpa. It made less sense for Mothman.
It did. We were like, it was a stuffy government lab with a pink safe. It was just for fun. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
There is theming, and then there's like, you have to suspend your disbelief a little.
You have to. We're doing this for free under $30.
Yeah, we can't even decorate that much. They don't actually let you like hang things on the wall.
Yeah, that's the problem with the rights is that we're not allowed to hang anything. We can only put things near the wall.
Yeah.
Or
which
on
was
tables.
Problem.
Yeah.
We have this last the Cyberpunk one. We did have a plan for like you can like use partitions from the rights for free for whatever room you're renting, and we were going to use that to try to make the room feel a little cooler. You know, that didn't happen. In the future, maybe. But yeah, so it's cardboard.
It's cardboard.
It is all cardboard. So another thing is like
how portable is it?
Yeah, and also just storage. This stuff lives in our houses rent free. So most of the room escapes can fit in like a backpack, except for like
our big
furniture
safe.
pieces or like the big safe. We'll put stuff in the safe to transport. Like right now, almost all the puzzles fit in the safe that weren't dismantled. There's like a cork board too that I just have now. And another thing is like usually we could set up at the beginning of the day, but we both have other obligations in SwampCon. We're both in Maid Cafe.
We're both in Maid Cafe. You have to manage all the
and I manage the vendors and artists. Yeah. So basically we had to bring it in the early morning and then unpack it very quickly right before the room escape starts. And
we usually have like 30 minutes.
Yeah, and usually we'd be like not set up by the end of it. So like it was important that they're easy to unpack and set up as much as we can. And then it also needs to like be reset. It needs to be reset in 2 minutes.
We gave each person 10 minutes and then we have 5-minute breaks.
I think it's more like it's more like 8 minutes with like a 3 to 5 minute
That's
break.
true, yeah.
Like
because we try to keep every loop is about 15 minutes is what we aim for.
Yeah.
So like from the start of someone like watching the video in the weight room to the end of their escape, that's about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh no, plus cleaning time.
Yeah, plus cleaning.
Plus cleaning time, that's about 15 minutes.
Look at the cardinal.
He's
bathing.
Oh, he's so cute.
You can't see this.
You can't see this. There's a fountain behind my house.
I won't edit this out. Oh, he's so cute. It's a girl.
It's a girl.
She's a lady cardinal.
We love her.
Yeah, me too.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway. Yeah, like 15 minutes.
Yeah, so it has to be reset very, very quickly. You're the one doing all the resetting. I'm trying to distract them from the fact that things are being reset.
So like rules will be done, and then I'll be running around resetting everything, and it has to be done very, very quickly.
Very, very fast.
So every single puzzle has to be designed with it being very easy to change back to its initial state. And sometimes I would mess up, in which case I would just walk over as they were doing the puzzle and be like, here. Yeah. like whatever was wrong, here's how to, I'm gonna fix it right here for you.
Yeah.
It didn't happen too often, luckily. Yeah. But it's a consideration if you were to do a room escape yourself, especially at a con.
Yeah, you have to get it done.
Yeah, not at SwapCon.
No, that's us. Don't steal our thing.
But no, I think most room escapes at conventions, there's like bigger organizations though.
Yeah, we're 2 people.
Yeah.
Sometimes 3.
Like usually I think that they don't have to worry about it as much because they have like a huge room and they have like 2 different rooms to go in at once or something. So they can just rotate between them. But
we're 2 people.
Yeah.
She's still bathing?
Oh no. They just left.
Oh, they just left.
Play testing. We touched on this earlier. We kind of already said most of this, to be honest.
Yeah.
Is the player easy? No. Not player.
Is the puzzle easy?
Yeah, it's not easy. It never is. No matter if you think it is or not.
No.
What we thought was the easiest puzzle, the Danganronpa escape, literally no one got.
Yeah.
It was a spot the difference.
It
was, you look at the picture and you realize, oh, the room looks different from this at this exact angle. And no one got it.
No one noticed.
Everyone needed a hint for it.
Yeah.
Still mad about it. I thought it was so clever. But yeah, if you think you're clever, you're not.
No, yeah. You never
Too many cooks. Everyone should be able to spread out. This is also just like how many people do you fit in the room? It's a hard balance. You want to get a lot of people in, but also if you have too many people in, they're not going to have fun.
And yeah, we've noticed there's like a sweet spot for how many people can escape quickly. And it's usually...
It depends if they're friends or not.
You see, this also helps.
It's like 5 to 8.
5 to 8.
Yeah, because usually we have like 5 puzzles.
We usually have 5 puzzles.
4 to 5 puzzles concurrently. So if like 1 to 2 people is working on each puzzle, it kind of works. Usually there'll be like a leader in the group.
Yeah, we've noticed that.
Yeah, it really, you can have more people if they're all friends.
Yeah.
But if they're not, 5 is probably safer.
Yeah.
See, yeah, like at some point they get slower the more they are, but if there's not enough, then they'll be slower.
See, because the problem is if they're not friends, they won't communicate with one another. That's so important for doing puzzles.
Yeah, it's like that's why everyone does it for like corporate retreats.
Yeah,
It helps with teamwork. It does.
Yeah, it does. That's a lot of
fun. Another thing is, can the player break this puzzle? And the answer is always yes, and they will try.
And they will try.
And they will succeed.
And they will succeed.
The most recent example was people kept just really messing with the lock. I had on a backpack. It was just my backpack. It didn't break. It was fine. I stopped them every time. Yeah. But they would like rip at the zipper trying to get it open, or like trying to cheese it open by like separating the 2 zippers and like putting their finger in or something. It's like, dude, you came here to solve the puzzle. You came here to solve puzzles. This isn't the puzzle. So people will do that.
They will do that. You do have to account for that. You have to. Yeah. I hate to say this as if like we assume the worst of humanity. You have to assume people are very, very stupid and very, very eager to break everything that you put in front of them.
And stuff you don't put in front of them.
Stuff you don't put in front of them.
Like a electric socket.
Like an electric socket.
They will try to pry it
someone tried to rip off the floor as if we put the electric socket there.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if there was another example where people were like flagrantly
whenever we put separators.
Oh yeah.
Because we would put separators because I would hide behind something, right? Ultimately they knew I wasn't dead or like missing or whatever, but to kind of aid that, I'd be playing backstage. There's a backstage where I'd be playing the music and whatever else that needed to be done while we were backstage. A lot of times people would try and hop backstage, and I'd see them and I'd be like, bro, there's nothing back here.
It's just our clothes.
It's our clothes and it's me.
It's our clothes and some food.
Our snacks.
Yeah.
Any props that we need that aren't going to be used yet. And me.
Yeah.
Like you did it. You solved the puzzle. Here I am.
It's like some Wizard of Oz. That was it. You got to the end. Congratulations. You've seen the man behind the curtain. I hope you're impressed. I'm actually, this is rolling back a bit. Back to ambiance. I just remembered. Music is good to have, and also it should get more stressful.
It should. We're very careful about that.
Because then people don't have to look up at the time to know they're running out.
And that's actually really helpful for you.
Yeah, it's helpful for me.
So you would manage, you tell them how much time they have. Another thing we set up in this ties into ambiance. We have ambiance on this slide.
Oh, it does. Okay, yes, we're
good. We would set up music ahead of time. And we'd have it so it's like 5 minutes of calm.
Yeah.
3 minutes of not calm.
Right.
2 minutes of panic.
Yeah.
And that would tell you how much time the people have. And then we'd have like 30 seconds of panic.
Yeah.
Right before the thing ended or died or whatever. Yeah,
because I don't think we ever actually had a visual timer.
No.
Just because it's
money.
It's hard to set up. I would just tell people when their timer's running out. But I was also very focused on like this goes into playtesting. So like you're not just testing the puzzles, you're testing yourself in understanding how other people understand the puzzle, so you can explain it to them. Because like, so for the escape room, my entire thing is I'm trying to keep track of like 8 different people and their thought processes regarding a certain puzzle, so that when they ask for help, I can actually help them. Because if you're not on their same track, they're not going to get it unless you straight out tell them, and that's not as fun.
That's not as fun.
Like you want to give them like a hint. You shouldn't give them a solution unless they ask for the hint like twice. You know? So like a lot of the play testing is like, okay, where were people tripping up on this? Even if like it's not necessarily a bad puzzle if they trip up on it.
No.
A lot of the time play testing was right before the con anyway. We couldn't change it. So I would just have to figure out, okay, so people keep tripping up on this line of logic. This is how I can give the hint. I wouldn't write this down or anything.
Yeah, it's just kind of it was a very improb thing. What you were doing.
And it's good to consider how you're going to deliver hints. Just because, no one wants to be told the answer.
No one wants to be told. Well, sometimes they do, but
sometimes
you don't.
They do. Usually, if someone gave me the same two, like we had hint tokens around the room. Like that was just something you could.
Later.
Yeah, we'll show in a second. That was just something you could run around the room looking for. It was something you could do without any thought. It's a good puzzle, especially if there's like a kid. You send the kid to go look for the tokens. It just works.
And they're just hidden. They're not like you have to solve anything either. You just find
you just find like underneath the table or something.
So
those tokens, if someone used 2 of them, I think you had 5 total you could use across all the puzzles. If someone used 2 on a single puzzle, I would just give them the answer. If they used 1, I would try to lead them to it. Sometimes it would end up being like I'm trying to like prompt them into it like a teacher. Like in a Socratic circle kind of thing. So I would like try to prompt them into it, and they would just kind of stare at me and kind of repeat what I said, and I'd be like, oh, okay. So it's the blue one first or something. So
that's important. It's important to know how people will solve your puzzles.
It is.
Essentially.
The other thing on here is just
try and make it very easy.
You want people to win. You want people to win. Playtesting.
Unless you're a corporation. Ideally there's no corporations watching this looking for
stealing our indie tips.
But if you're just doing like a little one, you want people to win.
And especially in playtesting, like as we said, people are worse. Like if we weren't playtesting, so if people are failing during the playtesting phase, it's way too hard.
It's way too hard.
I guess unless you're getting strangers for the playtesting.
Which we've never been able to do. We've only ever done friends and family.
So that's just something to keep in mind. The ultimate lesson here is make it really, really, really easy. People want to feel good.
They want to feel good.
I want people to feel good.
We want people to win. They want to win. Because it's not a big escape room where they could come back.
I don't know what the appeal is, because you get walked through at the end. But I guess you could show off.
Yes, you show off. Pretend like it's your first time. Like, oh man, just solve this puzzle. Oh my god.
For your date there. Oh wow, I'm so intelligent.
Oh man. IQ of 160. I don't know what a high IQ is.
I think that's high.
I think that's high.
I think it is. I don't know. I think
I don't know what the scale is.
I think that's playtesting. Performance. I already talked about this. This is a great PowerPoint. So keep an eye on all the attendees constantly.
All the time.
So this is just what I was talking about earlier with hints. So that's one of our hint tokens from Mothman. We just photoshopped the Mothman statue from West Virginia
onto a dollar bill.
onto a dollar bill.
The idea was that you were bribing the person to tell you what the answer is.
We tried to make it into some kind of fiction. Like I'm like a corrupt government employee who's like willing to help you with Mothman, but like you know. Slide a couple my way. It was stupid.
It was. But so are all of the rumors. Yeah.
That's true. Oh, and when in doubt, ask. So what I ended up doing a lot of the time is I'd be like, okay, how did you get to this point in the puzzle? Like, where are you? And if I wasn't able to pay attention to them before then, that would give me an idea of like where the sticking point is.
Because there's a lot of people you have to watch.
Yeah.
You do all the watching. I just sit behind stage and listen.
You have an important role.
I do.
Keeping track of time.
And
also doing all the prep and everything.
Yeah.
But prep day of. I help make
you do. We do it together. We're not like you're not just sitting back cracking your whip like all right. We got 10 minutes until the room opens.
But yeah, so this is just what I was saying earlier. Don't give the solution. Try to prompt them into getting the answer themselves. It was really satisfying when they did get the answer themselves.
It is.
Sometimes they wouldn't though, in which case, you can't really do much about it. You want them to proceed. There's not that much time.
There really is.
So the hit also has to be done very quickly. But yeah. And then keeping character. I fail at this every time.
Oh, it's hard.
I have never succeeded. It's really embarrassing.
I was pretty good at it.
You were pretty good.
There was the one time when someone was yelling at me about my computer, and I was like, man, listen. Bro, it's my laptop.
Yeah.
I'll do what I want with it.
And we would have scripts.
We did have scripts for
especially for like the rules and stuff. We would try to make them like cute.
Yeah.
Like not just, hey guys, this is the escape room. Don't touch things.
Yeah, but like the Mothman one, it was like you're in a government facility.
Yeah, they were like tourists, I think. Like they were like or new interns or something.
And it was like don't touch anything. We actually had to add this rule because again, first year, day in Rampa, someone tried to rip an electrical socket off the floor, which we did not want them to do. So we did tell them like, don't touch anything on the walls or on the floors. I think is what we told them. Don't try and cross the barrier. You're only allowed in this one room.
Yeah.
But we twisted. I wish I could remember my script. We twisted it
somewhere. I could find it. But,
we twisted it so that the rules were somehow related to like this is your safety because you're in a government facility,
right?
So don't do these things because you're in a government facility. Keeping character. This is more your thing. I'll talk about it while you're looking.
No, it's good.
Well, keeping character while people are doing very very silly things is very difficult. Like trying to eat the dry spaghetti you put out for them.
I'm tuning back in.
Yes. Okay.
I need to emphasize to you. So one of the puzzles, we didn't use wet spaghetti because we thought that was unsanitary. So it was silly. We could have refactored this. Basically, like there was like a plate and it was like a fork and knife or something, and it said it spelled out in.
Yeah.
And so you had to put your hand into the spaghetti bowl, and there was like a little
you put something in there.
Yeah, so there was like a cork board for the Mothman thing, and the final puzzle was you assembling different photos from different puzzles into the cork board. And that would give you the final code.
Yeah, for that
I'm pretty proud of that,
conspiracy theory board. Yeah, super cute. It's a good idea.
So there was one of the photos was in the bowl of spaghetti. Some people just looked in it, which was fine. Because the puzzle, like the puzzle clue was just a plate that says inside. So it was fine if they just looked in it. But 3 times, 3 groups, multiple people from each group, people would take the spaghetti from the bowl and they would eat it. I would say, sir, please do not eat the spaghetti in the bowl. And they would just shrug and keep eating it. And then their friend would come up and eat some too.
That's disgusting.
I don't understand. It happened multiple times.
And I guess there wasn't a pandemic at the time.
There wasn't a pandemic.
But you don't want to eat things that other people have been touching all day.
Yeah, I even told them like, you don't want to do that. This is.
You don't want to do that. That's disgusting.
I did break character. This was just me being like, dude, don't do that. Stop it. They would not. I could not bodily force them. I guess I could have, but I couldn't like grapple them, so I would just tell them and they would not.
That's so gross.
It was just gross.
And eating dry spaghetti is gross anyway.
I think I started mentioning it like in later
Yeah, you started mentioning like that's my lunch, don't eat it.
Yeah, like something like that. Like just don't touch. Like
I bet we added that to the rules at some point.
We might
like,
add
don't
it
eat
to the
don't eat
rules.
anything in there.
Yeah,
that's disgusting.
But it was wild. You can't predict what people are going to do.
You really can't. You really can't predict people.
And you need to be polite throughout it.
I think they thought they were being cute, but it was just gross
yeah,
and upsetting.
Gross and annoying.
Yeah.
And then trying to rip open locks too. Like,
oh, that's another thing. People.
That was with my backpack. People,
you'd be surprised how many people go into a room escape not wanting to solve puzzles.
Yeah, like they just want to cheat. It's like I get you want to win.
Yeah, I get you want to win.
But yeah, so you don't really need to keep character, but you do need to like
manage people,
and you're keeping a professional character. This is like your office persona.
Retail persona.
Because like I'm not gonna like shout at someone to leave.
We could have.
I could have. I guess it was my right.
It was within our rights.
But we weren't going to, especially because there was people right outside.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then as far as like keeping like your character's personality like you're LARPing with everyone.
Yeah, essentially.
Scripts help. People are there to have a good time. They don't care.
That's a big thing. Is that you like being nervous is natural, but everyone's there. Like they're gonna be more upset if you're like not in character. I think if you just talk to them, they're gonna notice that more than if you are in character.
Yeah,
so
and like
you don't even want to be too self-conscious about it.
Yeah, and like people are like. If it makes you feel like people are also self-conscious but being LARPed too.
Yeah.
It adds to the experience, but it does make things awkward.
Yeah, it does. It's like when you're at the convention and someone tries to role play with you.
Yeah. So like I like don't go too into it. Like any character you're playing should be semi-professional. Like even my corrupt government employee, the most I really leaned into it was like, oh, I can help out.
For a price.
Like, like I would be like kind of hamming it up. But like I wouldn't do like a personality that was like
weird, like anime character.
Oh yeah, like
you did Monokuma.
Hi master, how can I serve you today?
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that.
That could be our next room escape. Main cafe room escape.
Yeah, but like whatever persona you choose should be comfortable to interact with, but it can also be goofy.
It can be
people
goofy.
Got a chuckle out of the you pay up thing a couple times.
Yeah, they liked our Monokuma puppet. We had a little puppet.
Yeah, there was like I had a mask on and then I had like Monokuma on a stick, and that was me.
Yeah.
People thought that was funny.
That was cute.
I was really bad with keeping a character that year.
Yeah,
that was
our first year.
Yeah, I got better the second year.
Would have been great the third year.
Would have been great the third year, but that didn't happen.
No.
But yeah, show and tell.
Let's show and tell.
I don't know how long we've been doing this, but we can like speed up the footage or something.
Yeah, real fast.
All right. So this is just
we're safe.
This is the safe of Room Escapes Pass.
Yes. So this is what this is the final puzzle. It's always been the final puzzle.
There's always a big old lock on it.
There's a big old lock. There's a big easy button. You put the lock over there.
I did put the lock over there. This bad boy.
You put that. You reach your hand in. You slam the that was easy button, and then you win. And our first year, if you won in the Danganronpa room escape, you exploded, which we thought was very funny. And in the second year, you freed Mothman, which was maybe more sensical.
So here's one of those hint tokens. They're just laminated.
Yeah.
They're not even laminated. I think we just taped over.
We did. We just put tape over them.
Yeah.
Which we didn't find a laminating machine.
Yeah. So another example.
These I loved these.
Yeah, this was I think this was one of our like rough copies. I don't know if this was the one we used.
I don't think so, because we laminated the one.
Yeah, so this is like we had like a little textbook puzzle for the lab one with Mothman.
we made up all these different elements.
Yeah.
I'm trying to point.
I don't know if you can even really
based on colors, because it was a color themed puzzle.
Yeah, it was like there were test tubes. They're probably in here.
They might be. Oh
yeah, there's a test tube rack.
There's a test tube rack. Oh wait, here they are. Check this out.
Yeah, little like really badly painted little test tubes. And so the puzzle, there was a color lock, and it told you like what order the colors were in and what numbers it was if you solved the little puzzle. I can't remember how you got the numbers.
We figured we had something for that.
So that was one. This was like more of a logical puzzle of the puzzles. This was a logical one. The hint tokens are always a high.
Oh yeah, we had a jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah, this would have been kinetic. This was going to be a circuit board. For the.
This was a puzzle for learning the alphabet one.
Yeah, repurpose things from your local thrift stores or like Walmart. I don't know where this came
I
from.
think I got Walmart.
But for your local Walmart, don't support your local Walmart. It doesn't need it. But yes, this was like a circuit board that you would line up, and this was just like you don't really need to think about it. It's just
it's a puzzle.
Do it with your hands.
It's literally a puzzle.
Here's one. This was our Furby escape. So this was.
Oh, here's the colored lock.
Oh yeah, here's. Yeah, color lock.
Color lock.
It's colors.
It's colors.
So like this was our most finicky puzzle, but so this was like I have the thing, more cardboard.
Oh, here's I found something from the okay, so here you fix that. So here, this is a picture we had. This is one of the pictures you would win in the cryptid room. You can kind of see that there's a big N on there. I don't know if the video is going to be reversed or not. Either way, there's an N on there. You could see it. So you would get this puzzle piece. I don't think this is the one we used because clearly we messed up with
scrap one.
We messed up with the hole punch a few times. But you would get this and you'd put it on the conspiracy board, and the idea was you would connect them all, and that is how you would get the final puzzle solution.
This was a prop. Okay, so this was like a cardboard. It's cardboard. You can tell it's cardboard.
I found part of
this
your
was
costume.
A prop for one of our most problematic puzzles. So this was the solution. You had these pictures of like these Furbies, and the document beneath it would give you hints as to where to put them. And then once you put it on, it lines up to show you the combination. Like there's these little cutouts, if you can see them. This was a badly constructed puzzle. So this was too finicky. So a lot of people couldn't quite get it to line up right. People would get the solution. Like they would put the pictures in the right places. It's just like an order of events type thing. I don't know. This is like a logical and a visual puzzle because you had the cage, which you saw was escaped out of. And then this gave you an idea for what times. So you would just put it in order. So I guess it's like a visual logic.
I found out how people got the numbers for this.
Oh, nice.
So we had this notebook that had all the it was a Cryptopuff recipe. We had it's a Pokemon reference. Got Dr. Elm. And you would read this and be like, oh, I need 3 milliliters of Octavium, which I think is blue. Where did we put the?
I just put it away. One second. Octavium.
I want to say it's blue.
Yes.
Yeah. So you get 3 milliliters of Octavium, so you know that blue is 3. And then 4 milliliters of Hamogen, which is yellow. I remember that because that's Hamon.
Yeah.
And then Mizonium, which was our pink one.
Yeah.
And then pour the same amount of Octavium, and then this is the original.
Yeah. Oh, that was what tripped people up, was the one where it's just pour the same amount as this other one. Yeah. And that was just meant it was the same number.
And then here's another cute little thing is we to get people, I don't know if you could read this, so I'll read it out loud. So to get people to realize that this puzzle was what gave you the lock for the backpack.
Yeah.
So to get people to realize that this puzzle was related to the backpack, what we wrote here in this journal was, Stupid Oak and the others saying there's no point in making cryptid treats. Maybe they'll respect my recipe after I lock up all their backpacks.
It's a little heavy-handed.
It's a little heavy-handed. It's gotta be. We had a Monokuma diet journal once.
We did. That's somewhere. I don't think it's in here. Like things have been lost over the years. Yeah, that was a lab coat.
That's your lab coat.
This was the test tube rack. We bought this on Amazon.
Here's a whole bunch more cryptid
more
things.
flyers from the waiting room. Also surveys.
Here it is.
Oh yes, our button.
Oh no, it's
that was easy. That was easy.
Yay.
Yes.
that was it's funny.
It's funny. We thought it was hilarious.
So this was the case for the Morse code puzzle for the cyberpunk one. It would have been cool.
It would have been cool. Here's more. We have more test tubes.
More test tubes, yeah. This is not a complete collection of props.
No, yeah, we just kind of
most of the Monokuma ones are long gone.
Yeah, I have no idea what happened.
Because they're just paper.
We
throw them out.
We throw them
out. This is all
Here's
been saved.
a spare lock.
There's some PVC pipe in here, which is just for setting up our partitions. I think that's it.
There's another spare lock.
Yeah, I got another lock.
We have a lot of locks.
Yeah, that's all that's in there. Yeah, I don't know. Like
I thought that lock puzzle was cute. So cute.
I like
the
I'm trying to think, like, we don't have that much more time, I don't think.
Don't we? No,
we might have gone over already.
Whoopsies.
We can like speed up the footage.
String for the cryptid board.
Yeah, string. Woo! Like I'm trying to think of like our various puzzles. We had a spot the difference puzzle at the first room escape because there was a picture of the room and you were supposed to realize to take off the poster on the wall.
Yeah.
People would take off the poster sometimes. They would never take it off because they saw the picture.
No, yeah, they always just took it off because they wanted to take it off.
Yeah. So there would be like a message behind there. There was a puzzle that was very similar to the Furby one I just showed, where you'd line up stuff.
That was yeah, we had like those pictures of crime scenes of people posed in the letters and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
We had to end up drawing over it because it wasn't obvious what the letter was.
So that was very similar. We reuse a lot of the rough basic structure of the puzzle, just because honestly there's not that many different low budget puzzles you can do. I mean, they can be different every time.
Yeah.
But like the rough basic structure of it, like there's always going to be a puzzle that's just finding something. There's always going to be a puzzle that's like a cutout of some kind that you're lining up, just because it's there's going to be a logical one that has to do with figure out the order of something. So it's really just like the flavoring, I feel like, and like the specific process to get to the final number that changes. I don't know all of the puzzles. The main ones I remember for the Cyberpunk one was the jigsaw circuit board and the Morse code.
Yeah.
There were others, I'm sure. I have them written down somewhere, but it's like
here. I have this poster. I don't remember if this is gonna.
Yeah.
Oh no!
I
don't know if you.
I hope they're okay.
They're probably fine. I don't know if you can see it. We made this big poster. It says "Hang in there," and it's a kitten. I don't remember if this is gonna be at all relevant.
I don't remember. Hi, we're back.
We're back.
So this was the intro for the Mothman Escape. It's very small, and I don't know why.
We don't know.
But so I don't know how easily you'd be able to hear it.
Welcome to Government Facility. We're pleased to bring you on our new tour designed to dispel any misconception on what we do here. And what we do here is certainly not dissect monsters. Here at Government Facility, we care about safety. Your safety. With that in mind, please make sure to mind your personal belongings. Wear safety gauze, wear safety goggles, and keep them out.
And here's a roommate.
Listen, I'm heading Operative Minor Niner, and
I was standing behind him, holding up a flashlight. You see that light around them? That's me.
Keeping him in this facility. You got 10 minutes to get in before they take him to
Exactly 10.
Exactly 10. Gotta get out.
Listen! We have someone on the inside!
My dog noises.
You're very good dog noises.
Yeah. So that was that was a very silly intro video. Yeah, that's it, I guess.
Yeah. Wait, do you want to go to the last slide?
Oh,
There's
yeah,
something
we
very special
can
on
go
the
to the
last
last
slide.
slide. Wait, let me. Can they still see this?
Yes.
Okay. Sir?
Ah,
there
it is! It's
Mothman!
Mothman!
I love him still. People took pictures with him.
Oh, he was so good. That's actually I have a big Snorlax beanbag that I made this little covering to put over. I just glued some feathers and red felt on him.
Good.
Yep.
So yeah, that was you can actually ask questions. This is pre-recorded. But there is like a chat that I'll be sitting in at least.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're
I can be
available.
there.
Yeah, so we can like answer questions you have. Obviously not right now.
Right now. Hold on, let me just use my
but yeah, so that's yeah, feel free to ask and we'll type. You can ask anytime during the presentation actually. It's not rude because this is not we can't be interrupted.
No,
you cannot
stop us. Much as you might like to.
Yeah.
We are an indomitable force.
One thing, like if you want to learn more about what puzzles we've used to, like we do have like text descriptions of them, even if we don't have them physically with us anymore. They've passed on into the garbage.
Most of Monokuma is gone.
Most of Monokuma. I could have sworn we saved more of it.
But I thought we saved Monokuma himself, but I think he got torn up.
I think he got torn up a bit, yeah.
Because he is paper.
One thing with paper and cardboard, it doesn't last well. But he doesn't really need to.
No, yeah.
So it's like a Halloween costume. Use it like for one night.
Except for our poor safe, which is just falling apart.
For the safe. Yeah, we might need a new safe.
We might need a new safe.
It's the safe. To be clear, the safe is just cardboard with wrapping paper.
It is just cardboard with wrapping paper on it.
But yeah,
I worked very hard on this safe.
It's a very good safe.
Thank you.
But yeah, if you have questions, ask. If not, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, thank you for watching the whole video.
Yeah, and thank you for attending SwampCon. I know it's weird that it's online, but
I'm having a good time. I don't know about you, Michaela.
No, I I can't even pretend. I already told you guys I'm on board. So
Yeah.
I love SwampCon. I'm a volunteer at SwampCon. If I didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't be
This is true.
volunteering.
This is
I don't
true.
get money.
No, yeah.
um,
I think all of SwampCon is volunteers.
Yeah.
Entirely volunteers.
yeah.
It's
You say
entirely
you think like
volunteer.
you don't know very well.
Yeah.
No one's paid for SwampCon. So thank you for coming.
Mhm.
No one's paid for the room escape either.
No one's paid for it.
it.
We had a tip jar one year.
Yeah, we'd like $1 from it.
And we got $1 from
It
it.
was very kind.
Which
Whoever
might have
gave
actually
$1.
been your $1 that we put in to start. No, it was Adam. Adam gave us $1.
Yeah, our friend gave us $1.
Our friend
Thank
gave
you,
us
Adam.
$1. Thank you, Adam.
Everyone else, very rude of you. But yeah, no. So yeah, I don't know how to end this.
We're
That's
not
it.
gonna have a tip jar on this one.
There is not a tip jar here. No.
Can't donate.
There is. Put all your tip jar money to Maid Cafe.
Remember to
It's on
like,
Ko-fi.
comment, and subscribe to
Yeah.
SwampCon.
There is a SwampCon YouTube.
Oh,
channel.
like, comment, and subscribe to SwampCon YouTube.
Yeah, it's SwampCon. I think it's just SwampCon.
I don't know.
SwampCon. Yeah, our Twitch is SwampCon official though.
Yeah, well, hopefully they figured that out because they're on Twitch now, aren't
Yeah,
they?
we are on Twitch. They, as of this moment that you are watching it, they will be on Twitch.
Nice.
But yeah, I guess that's it. I will edit this later.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for watching.
Bye.
Bye-bye.